All right, whenever you're ready.
Oh God, now I'm stressed. Okay, you're gonna put your feet hip width apart. Keeping your feet flat on the ground, your back straight. You're gonna lower your hips past your knees. Like you're sitting on a chair. Open up your feet a little bit more.
Like this?
Yeah, now try. Push your butt back more.
Yeah.
That's good, but when you're coming all the way down, try not to let your hips come into, tuck underneath you. Bend your chest a little bit up higher while you're doing it. Just gonna shove you.
Did you know it?
Yeah, sure.
1 minute.
Okay, just kidding.
Okay. Asman, what do you observe?
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, like, I think she explained it very, like, simplistically. But for someone, like, let's say, like, Tommy was somebody that, like, didn't know, like, keep your heels on the ground, like, do all this, like, do all that, like, he didn't know that, so those were, like, little things that she had to tweak as she went on. But I don't know, like, the point of it is to be simplistic, so, like, I don't know, I just feel like
I thought it was good.
more could have been said a little bit.
What would you have said?
Like, I don't know, just saying more could have been like said. Like, I feel like a little bit could have been explained more. Like when people even like squat down, like he was kind of going over his toes at first a little bit. Like even just like a little cue, like keep your back down, like in a straight line, like you're coming down to the floor in a straight, like just like little things. I don't know. I just feel like something more could be said. I don't know exactly what that is right now.
What do you think, Tommy?
I thought it was good. I think one of the most important details to cover is keeping the feet flat, which if I'm doing that, it kind of eliminates a lot of things that could go wrong with the squat. One of the adjustments you made, I didn't push my butt back at all. It was all knees and I couldn't get low enough. And you were like, push your butt back, boom, solve the problem. Next thing, you didn't describe how low to go, just under my knee, just hip below the knee. So then you fixed it. Don't let your pelvis tuck under you. It was one sentence. So then I was like, okay. I was trying to think about how to do it incorrectly given your cues, and I couldn't. The last thing, I was like, maybe I could like overextend my back, but you already said keep your back straight, so it was simple. I think it was good. You adjusted the issues that I demonstrated. Also, I couldn't get low enough, so you said wider as well. That could work. That didn't work. So then you said push your butt back more, and it did work. It's not just adjusting, it was adjusting based off of the first adjustment not working. So that was good. And then I finished with a good squat, I was trying to do it wrong, and I couldn't think of something to do it wrong based on what you said. So that to me is like, good.
What do you think, Mom?
I think I do a lot of squats with the kids, so I know a little bit how.
Rest.
Do the kids always do it right the first time as you say it though?
No.
They never do it right. They're the best.
So you were saying I don't know how I would have done it wrong. But like, and then I think, well, it's like now you have to think about something else. You probably forget about the other thing.
Oh yeah, there's something. Yeah.
Right?
Things
So it's like the hard part about this is like it's like well yeah the hard thing about this is that we're role playing.
Yeah.
You know, which is not a real thing to an extent. Like it is real, but also we know so it's real in the sense that we know enough of how to make it look not good.
Mm.
And then it's also we know enough where we can be like, well, like they're trying hard, so let me just like do what they say. But like we're actually gonna apply it to like an actual person that like hasn't done it before or has, so more chance than not has done it before but has done it incorrectly. And then we have to get them to a place where they have to rapidly unlearn what they've been doing wrong. That can be a challenge. So the first thing I observed was I don't know how you can see everything he's doing from the position that you're in. right? So like, as a for instance, like, one of the things if you watch Tommy, when he was doing it, he was here, and he was here, and he was here. He gets like a 180, 360 degree view of you. You're in this one fixed place. You can't really, can you really tell how low that he's going? Like, the most optimal place to actually see someone do stuff is at this like 45 degree angle. But like, you should never really be standing still. You're kind of like observing as you kind of coach people through it, unless you're mirroring them on the exercise that you want them to see it. Now you can have them mirror, then, okay, keep going, and then you can go into this position to be able to observe the different angles that they may be at. And then you may see things that you may not have been catching in that original position. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were down in this position, just kind of sitting there, kind of watching him, and I'm like, well, how can you really see everything going
I saw
on?
his ankles going up, and then from this position, I saw his hips tuck under.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do it again. Let's try to incorporate that. Make it hard for her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want to see how quickly you can make the adjustments.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about the visual thing. When I was doing the overhead squat, I like turned to the side naturally
Yeah.
so that she could see from a different angle.
Yeah.
I didn't-
But then you couldn't look at her. That's what Avi was
Yeah.
saying. You probably were looking at her from the. Oh, maybe you weren't looking at her from that.
Well, I watched her do a rep.
Yeah.
And then I did one
Yeah.
with her being able to see from a different perspective, so
Yeah.
she can kind of adjust based on with my demonstration.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing as like, okay, here's how to do it. They do one, and then it's like, okay, and you walk away versus like, you know what I
Do it
mean?
again,
Like,
yeah.
you do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can actually see if they actually got it.
All right.
All right.
Make it hard. All right.
Make it harder.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Okay, I want your feet hip width apart. You're gonna keep your back straight. And we're gonna go as deep as you can go past your knees. Okay? Come back up. While you're squatting, I want you to keep your back straight and push your butt back out. Okay, do it again, but go slower. Keep your back nice and engaged and don't let your hips tuck underneath you. That was better, but let's do it again. Let's do it again. Cool. Now I want you to try to push your knees out to keep them in line with your toes. Now keep your feet flat while you're doing it. Don't let them roll over. You're still letting your hips collapse underneath. So keep that tension while you're going down. Try going a little deeper.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. As no way to observe. Same better works.
I think the cues are good. I like the, because in my head when I first did it, I was like, okay, I need to get everything in like right now, and like this is what you're supposed to do. I like the calmness of it, of just like, okay, you didn't do that, right? So stand back up, we're gonna do that again, and then this time fix this. I thought that was good. Think the only other thing I would have said was keeping your chest up a little bit. I think that's the only thing that you didn't say, when he was coming down a little bit, but everything else was good. You were kind of like head down and whatever, but all the other cues I thought were really good.
You're observing, what'd you say?
Oh God, here we go.
So when I watch something like that, he kind of knows what you're trying to get at.
Mhm.
What if someone has no idea what you mean by these things, right?
But what things specifically?
Keep back straight. Okay, where's my back straight? What's straight? What does that look like? And why?
Mm.
Why? Why? Right? Don't let my hips tuck underneath. Okay, what does that look like? Why?
Well, we have 90 seconds here.
Yeah,
60
you know what I mean? But
60 seconds.
that's what I'm observing. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, he knows what you're looking for. And he intentionally muddled it up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then he intentionally fixed it. Everybody's different. So when I watch him, right, I saw Zach Chastain right there.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I was trying.
yes,
I was trying to be
exactly
exact.
right?
I was like, who's someone that actually fucks up their squat?
Yes.
Oh, be Zach.
And he's right, but he only had a certain amount of time, right? 90 seconds,
60
right?
60.
To fix it. right? So,
Well, 60 seconds to teach it.
okay,
Teach it.
So what we're practicing is, how do you get someone to, how do you hammer home the most important points quickly to teach people something to do? Because if you can teach someone how to do something in 60 seconds, God, if you have 3 minutes, 4 minutes, you can make it so much better.
I've been
Then you need to get into nuance. Okay.
Call you?
I would've got a
I
box.
can call back once I get to my office, but I don't know how long you guys are going.
Okay. We'll see you later.
Just
Okay.
coming in at
Alright.
11:30.
All right. Thanks, Dan. We'll see
Yeah,
you.
man.
So I would've got a prop, I would've got a box or a ball. Sit in the ball,
Oh,
sit up tall, stand up. Do it again. Pull the ball away. Takes 45 seconds, right? You may or may not have that much time, or if you actually use that person as a demonstration during the class, right? So Mike taught me this years ago. Use one person that really fucks it up as the example. You fix them on the spot. Not only did they get coaching, but a commonality that everybody else has probably saw that and fixed it, right? It's all time limited. Sometimes you have 6 people, sometimes you have 18 people. Right? A lot of it depends on like what's going on.
There's something that happens when you can slow down to speed up. Like, meaning that like, yes, you have 60 seconds, but like, can you teach it in 60 seconds? Can they do 1 or 2, 3 reps the right way from the beginning? Versus like, if you did a bunch of squats, like at no point where you're like, okay, let's get here, let's get here, let's get here, demonstrate, you, slowly, okay? He's going, go, pause. Okay, keep going, cue, keep going, right? Like this is a movement where he's not under load, it's just body weight. You can slow the whole process down to get it in the right position. Okay, good, then stand up. Okay, let's do that again. Same thing that you just did. And you're watching, slow, okay, pause. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
getting, like, so he's going down, and then you start seeing this pause, okay, now hips back, okay? Pause, okay, push the, okay, pause, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then building on from there versus like, okay, it's like, all right, hold on, there's like 15 things you need to correct. Okay, chest up. I want to just like, you know what I mean? Like you could, like even with the kids, like I think about the kids. We talked about before, like when they're like rowing, right? Like you could have them pause. Yeah, you could have them just pause in every position. Hold. Hands back. Hold.
they don't know how to pause.
Right? Like I'm just like maybe the kids aren't a good example, but like maybe adults are a better example.
Yeah.
That's harder to do when it's like, you know, barbell overhead, right? But like you can totally do it. Pause in the dip and a push press, right? You can totally you can pause in the positions and correct the positions, and then reinforce the position versus like they're going fast and oh god, there's like then you're in your mind like fuck, there's like
50
5 things I need to fix, right? Versus like
just going as he's doing it.
it's like yeah, slow down and speed up, you know. And so like we do it. Some of the warm-ups I'll do in like in class at like 5 a.m. with the barbell. It's like pause, hold that position, walk around and just observe, and then like building on that. So that could. So I like what you did adjust because you started to move around. I like that. You're here, moving and seeing all the
You using
different
the slides,
angles.
Steve?
That was a good adjustment.
You can work in.
Thoughts?
No, yeah, that was good.
You know what would be fun? To take someone off the street, be like, hey, we want to teach you how to exercise correctly, and we want to learn how to teach people better for free. We're gonna teach you how to exercise.
I'll just run out right now and be like, hey,
That would be fun.
come on in.
Some random like
They're called-
50-year-old.
They're called paying members. Like literally, they come and they
Well,
sign
no,
up, and that's
yeah.
what we do.
Yeah, but a lot of like someone who, or like a new member maybe like new members that just signed up.
That's called
That'd be a good idea.
virtuosity.
Just, well, I'm saying like people that haven't had prior instruction is a bin that I'm talking about.
The interesting thing though is that like the people that have prior history that aren't doing things correctly are harder to it's harder to teach.
Oh yeah.
It's harder to teach. It's harder to teach kids. They're growing every day. Their
That's
center of
great.
mass is changing. Like there's like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's even harder. You take someone that's never done something before.
Like Shika, G's wife, never lifted away, never exercised being like clean slate, no preconceived notions about anything. Just do this.
Mhm.
Okay. Just do this. Okay. Now you do this, okay, now we sequence it, we'll pull that together, it's like, oh, gosh, it gets it.
Yeah.
There's nothing there to kind of fix.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, totally. Just screw it up. All right, that's cool.
That was fun.
All right, cool. All right. Good job, guys.
Break.
But